In this video, we're going to tell you how to save $1,000. How would you like it if someone just handed you $1,000 right now? If you are already thinking about all the things you could use it for, even if it's just something to put aside for a rainy day, well, then this video is for you. Maybe you have found it hard to simply save some cash, but the truth is, saving on money requires you to change your lifestyle to allow for more savings. This may take some minor or even major adjustments if you are not used to prioritizing. More than that, this video will at least help to guide you on which priorities are the most important. The truth is, saving any amount may seem like a challenge at first, but all you need are practical steps to make it a reality in your life. You will have to change how you are used to dealing with your own money. This will require some thought in terms of your current relationship with it and how you want to change it for the better, so that you can benefit by being able to put a lot more into your savings. You could soon be well on your way to making your money work for you with $1,000 safely tucked away. You may not think it possible at all to do so, but we are going to break down these 10 steps to implement this plan successfully to save $1,000 fast. Step 10. Set your timeline. So you know you want to save $1,000, but how do you even do that? First off, you start by breaking down what your current expenses are like. Take everything you possibly can into consideration, like groceries, bills, other necessary duties, or any other expenses you have to take care of. Taking all of that into consideration, give yourself a realistic timeline of when you'd like to have this amount. For instance, next week may not be a feasible answer. Maybe it's 30 days for you, maybe 3 months. The important thing to understand is this timeline also helps you visualize that at some point you will reach the goal you are working towards, saving $1,000. There are many advantages to setting a specific deadline for saving this amount of money. You first are trying to hold yourself accountable. Potential pressure of disappointing yourself may encourage you to keep your commitment to getting this task done by the time you chose. Deciding an end date may also encourage you to procrastinate less and stick to your savings plan. This allows you to save more time and focus more on the next level of steps to save $1,000 fast. Step 9. Check your spending. The next step is to start looking at your expenses very closely. When considering all of your earnings, subtract the necessities like fixed expenses such as rent. Whatever is left back is what you will be paying much closer attention to it. One easy way to do this would be to get a spending tracker app that does all the work for you in terms of percentages. You will then begin to understand the outflow of cash and maybe notice that you didn't think so much of your income is going to one thing versus another. Try to categorize these as major versus minor additional expenses. For instance, that time you went out to eat or the new dance class you just signed up for can be canceled, and this money that has been saved can go towards the money you are trying to build. Step 8. Budget. Now that you have looked at expenses, making a personal budget may be the most crucial step to saving $1,000 fast. This will allow you to take stock of how you have been spending and saving so far and what you can do to make adjustments in your budget that will free up some money for more saving. The first step is to calculate your gross income. This will be all of your streams of revenue added into one that helps you understand your net earnings. If your income tends to fluctuate from month to month, you can set it based on what your lowest earning month has been in the past 6 months, and you can use this as an average baseline. The next step is to total expenses and compare that to income. Your income should be higher than your expenses, but either way, you will need to take a closer look at expenses to save where you can to get to $1,000 as fast as possible. The important thing is to stick what you have catered for. Try not to go past your limits, and if unexpected expenses arise, be sure to make adjustments to your budget to try and stay on track as much as possible. Step 7. Pay with cash. Now this may seem counterproductive, but stay with me here. Paying with cash is going to help you have a better grasp of how your cash is used for spending. You might automatically find yourself monitoring your physical bills more closely than you ever did with your credit or debit card. Scientists have also discovered that those who have to physically part with their money experience the loss as painful. Since your brain registers this, you would be less likely to spend as freely as before, and you automatically save a lot more to help steer you towards your goal. There is another little known advantage to walking around with cash. The money you do have then becomes a bargaining chip that you can use to negotiate prices anywhere you go. For instance, if you are purchasing a pair of earrings that cost $20, but you tell the seller you only have $15 in cash, You may get the earnings at a cheaper sale price as your limited cash gives you the upper hand. Getting better deals with cash in hand will help you save money that much faster. Step 6. Wear your glasses. If you have been wearing contacts recently, there is a huge cost to maintaining these tiny lenses that you put into your eyes every day. Trying to opt for a pair of sturdy spectacles that will be able to do the job just as well, though it might be a bit more noticeable on your face. Get your glasses, stop with the contacts, and notice your savings skyrocket with this simple tip. Step 5. Cut cable and home phone. Now, it's easy to understand why having one less bill would make a difference to help save $1,000 fast. This is only one part of the solution, but if you already have an internet connection, a cable service may not be worth the monthly bills if you can get a similar entertainment online at a cheaper cost. Additionally, if you have a cell phone, get rid of your home phone. It's much easier to keep track of one bill instead of 3. Overall, cutting the cord does save money, as it's better to not pay a large bill for hundreds of channels that you may not even have the time to watch at all. Step 4. Cancel membership subscriptions. Is your money leaving your account on a monthly or weekly basis to pay for music, movie content, and courses through subscriptions? Try to determine which of those you don't need. We would suggest if you aren't making full use of your subscription or membership, then it should be canceled immediately. Trying to save towards your goal of $1,000 involves making sacrifices where possible, especially if you are paying for something that you are underutilizing. If you have several music and entertainment subscriptions cutting into your income every month, it may be impossible to save, so this is a great way to free up your funds so you can put this towards savings as soon as possible. Another reason to cut back on so many subscriptions is that recently, some monthly and yearly fees have been steadily increasing in recent times. Take advantage of free trials, but try not to get tied down with too many subscriptions to avoid them becoming an expensive substitute for cable. Make use of family subscriptions where possible to maximize your savings. Do you have too many subscriptions? Let us know in the comments below. Step 3. Buy generic. Now, this may be a hard step for some, but when you are grocery shopping, try discount chains, and you will be able to save lots more cash to put toward your funds. However, if you want to keep shopping at your favorite store, avoid branded products where possible, and try to find the generic version to save more. This can be done with a wide range of products without having to compromise on quality. Research has shown that store brands often deliver just as well when it comes to taste, so you won't be losing out once you have switched to an alternative and cheaper item. Step 2. Electric. To save on that electric bill, there are several tips and tricks you can take from today to ensure that you slash the cost of your bill. Firstly, be sure to turn off your lights when not in use. And the next best step would be to switch out all the bulbs for energy efficient ones that will use less electricity. Take advantage of the natural light available from the windows. More sunlight also gives you needed vitamin D from the sun. Try to turn off the tap when doing simple tasks such as shaving or taking a shower. If you aren't at home or not in the room at the time, limit your use of the AC unit, as this could result in hundreds of dollars being saved per month. Donate old television sets that tend to use more power to function, and stop the long showers if you can by at least a few minutes. The other important factor is that all members of your household should try to follow these easy tips so that you can make a dent in your electricity bill. Step 1. The 24-hour rule. If you have ever walked into a store or scrolled online and seen a product you have instantly wanted, purchased it, and then regretted it afterward, then you must implement the 24-hour rule before any spur-of-the-moment purchase from now on. This means you are committing to waiting 24 hours before any purchase to ensure that you are getting your money's worth. If after the waiting period you don't feel it's as important or necessary, you will end up saving yourself a lot of money in the long run. There is a wide range of ads designed to attract us to the next best thing, and you may not want to let that chance pass you for fear of missing out. However, the 24-hour rule, as long as you stick to it, will ensure that you consider whether or not you need this purchase. In most cases, the product or service will not seem as urgent after a day. This waiting period might also allow you to find better deals elsewhere. It would be disappointing to discover you could have saved more on the same product with another company. Thus, let the 24-hour rule be an automatic consideration when you want to buy something. This will help to filter unnecessary purchases and save you a lot more in the short term that you can then put towards your savings of $1,000. So, there you have the many steps that you can use to save $1,000 fast. At some point, you may not meet your expectations, but try not to be too hard on yourself. Simply keep at it, as getting to this important milestone involves being disciplined and consistent. The more of these tips you implement, the more you accelerate the savings process to get you to that $1,000 mark. However, we say why stop there? You can save even more if you implement these steps in your life. So what did you think about our tips? Like and subscribe for more content like this, and check out another video here. I will see you in the next one.